84 kilometers from the city of lakes Udaipur lies the spectacular Kumbhalghat Fort. Just 2 hours drive from Udaipur will take you to this Mewar fortress on the westerly range of Aravali Hills in the Rajsamand district of Rajasthan state in western India. A very good morning from Udaipur. I'm here since yesterday and today I'm heading towards Kumbhalghat Fort. So stay with me, and it is 7:30 right now, so we should be there by 9:30, and the earlier you reach there the better, because otherwise the traffic and the tourist increases so much by 11 o'clock, and the fort opens up at 9:30, so the earlier you reach there the better. So let's go and explore Kumbhalghat. Alright, so we are on our way to Kumbhalghat and I have my own car, but if you wish to hire a taxi, it will cost you 2500 rupees for just Kumbhalghat. But on the way to Kumbhalghat, there is also Haldighati Museum that you can visit. So if you want to do both, it will cost you 2900 rupees for the taxi. Maybe you can bargain with them and get a better deal. While going to Kumbhalghat, make sure you take the route through State Highway 32. And since Rajasthan had already received first rain of the season, the sun-baked area has turned into lush green landscapes, making it a beautiful drive to the fort. There are a lot of resorts in Kumbhalghat where you can stay overnight and explore places in Kumbhalghat other than the fort. And we finally made it to Kumbhalghat. We are almost 300 meters away from it, but you can see the whole fort from here and how stunning it is. And we are now entering the fort. Kumbhalghat, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is built within 7 fortified gateways and lies in the valley amidst 13 hills. It was meant to be an illusion and no one would see the fort from afar. Though Chittor remained the capital of Mewar, Kumbhalghat acted as a place of refuge for the rulers of Mewar at times of danger. Kumbhalghat also separated Mewar and Marwar from each other. I'm going up now. Made it halfway. The road is too steep. Hi guys, so I finally made it to the top of the fort and finally found a guide who could give me a tour. So I will show you the fort while going down, and it was built by King Kumbha. I don't think we have heard much of him, but he was the forefather of Maharana Pratap, whom we have heard a lot about in our history. So that is where you can get your reference. Though the original structure built by Maharana Kumbha remains, there are many additions made to the fort by Maharanas of Mewar, like this Badal Mahal, situated at the highest point of Kumbhalghat Fort, built by Rana Fateh Singh, the ruler of Mewar in the 19th century, also famously known as the Palace of Clouds, because during monsoon, the clouds would hide the top part of the fort. The two-storied palace is divided into two distinct parts, namely the Janana Mahal for the royal ladies and the Mardana Mahal for the royal males. The palace has some lovely wall paintings of the 19th century style, and Janana Mahal is adorned with lattice work or stone jalis, from where the queens used to watch the proceedings of the court and other important events. The interiors are painted in pastel colors and one can get a view of the hillsides and deserts of Marwar from the palace. So we are inside the queen's bedroom. Saying something here, but nobody outside could understand what was going on inside here and what was spoken. So that was the main idea behind it. So we made it to the Rani Mahal, and as you can see, we are in the AC room. It is actually throwing quite cool air from here. And as a proof, you can see how my hair is blowing. So yeah, very nice it is. I was sitting here for 15-20 minutes waiting for guide to come and give me a tour, and it was really nice to sit over here for 15-20 minutes. There used to be a glass also over here, and you can see there used to be, this is where the handle used to be. You can open and close the glass, but it has broken anyways right now. From the top of the fort, you can also spot the birthplace of Maharana Pratap, a mansion known as Jalia Kamalia or the Palace of Queen Jalia. This simple palace, situated near Pagra Pole, is made of rubble stone and simple walls and a flat roof. In preparation for the inevitable war with the Mughal Emperor Akbar, also known as the famous Battle of Haldighati, Maharana Pratap moved his capital to Kumbhalgarh, where he was born. There are more than 360 temples in Kumbhalgarh, out of which 60 are Hindu temples and the 300 are Jain temples. Though the 60 Hindu temples were built by Rana Kumbha, 300 Jain temples existed since the 200 BC. A cluster of 52 Jain temples can be seen from here. One of the original structures built by Rana Kumbha, which still remains, is the Kumbha Palace. This two-storied palace consists of 2 rooms, a corridor and an open space in the front of the palace. Don't forget to take an amazing Instagram shot over here overlooking the Aravalli Hills. So we are standing right now at a point and I can see the whole wall of India. And the final stop, the Great Wall of India. Bearing a striking resemblance to the Great Wall of China, it was built in the 15th century and extends up to 36 kilometers around the perimeter of the Kumbhalgarh fort, with a width enough to take 8 horses abreast. It is rightfully called the second largest continuous wall in the world after the Great Wall of China. And you can see as far as your eyes can take, and it's still there. The Kumbhalgarh fort also houses the cannon house or the Topkhana, which now showcases the cannons used at that time, and this is the wall pit from which it was fired. It also has a few horse stables and a water tank. So that's it for Kumbhalgarh. I hope you enjoyed this video and didn't mind my goggles because it was really hot. But I'll see you again when I'm exploring some other place. And there is also a light show that goes on at Kumbhalgarh in the evening at 6:30 or 6:45. So if you are here in the evening, you can enjoy that as well. So see you soon. Bye.